Kristin Tattar is the 2015 Paul Mcbeth of FPO disc golf.
There's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
Last time I played this hole, I threw it right up that dead center gap with the zone on a forehand. So we're gonna try it again. Get in. Oh! Okay, I guess I'm perfect at that shot. That's under the hole. Just because I probably threw the 2 nerdiest shots you'll ever see in your entire existence of Frisbee golf, you have to watch this whole video now, or at least like this video and then comment down below and let's have a conversation about today's topic. So today we're gonna be talking about Kristin Tattar, the queen of FPO, the queen of disc golf, the GOAT, some would even say. It's safe to say she's on another fucking level. I'm out here filming today after the 3rd round of the Champions Cup, and she's just making these girls look like fucking fools. Zone, literally from that center gap. That's nuts. See if I can make the OB putt. Come on. I guess it's a glitch shot. Hopefully that was in frame. Kristin Tattar is the never before seen FPO version of 2015 Paul motherfucking Mcbeth. And today we're gonna have a little chat about why I think that is. Usually the play on this hole is like a massive Annie over the trees, let it fade out. But I don't even wanna like go look for my disc after that. So we're gonna try and just flick this zone down to the little landing zone and then play a little upshot. So some of you guys watching this video might have not actually been in the disc golf scene or watched disc golf or even knew what disc golf was in the real Paul Mcbeth era, that being 2015. All right, don't call me on a foot fault disc golf. Back then, Paul Mcbeth was as close to perfect as I think the world has ever seen. When Paul had the putter in his hands, it did not matter how far away he was, you expected it to go in. And if it didn't, that's when you were surprised. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have never before seen an FPO disc golfer with so much consistency around the greens. From circle 2 and in, if Kristin Tattar has the putter in her hands, I think this is the first time we can ever say, I'm expecting it to go in, and I'm surprised when it doesn't. And those felt really nice. I don't think Kristin leads in circle 2 putting, but I kind of think that's besides the point. Other than Owen Scoggins, there's no person on the tour right now who you're just expecting to make a putt. Kristin, when it comes to confidence on the green, knowing that she can run the putts and then will not miss the comebacker, has never been seen in FPL. And that's not to say Paige Pierce hasn't had some amazing years on the green. It's, you know, I'm not even saying Kristin statistically is the best FPO putter ever. I don't know. I'm talking of just the pure confidence of when Kristin is on the green, there's a different presence that comes into disc golf. When I watch her line up a putt, it's in before she even makes it. So they move this hole 376. It's kind of like a hyzer, and then you want it to push real straight at the end, just miss the tree on the right. One of my favorite nice little shots out here, to be completely honest. Too wide, but that might come back door. I'm gonna try this photon on like a nice high, a little more Annie, and try and get it to like stall back. No Annie at all, but it was high. That looks good. Oh, whew, that's a beauty. So now let's talk about what I think is one of the biggest separators in Kristin Tattar's game. Everything I say today is probably gonna stem from the pure like confidence that seems to just generate from her. So I think the biggest separator in Kristin Tattar's game is the confidence that comes from her when she's in a little bit of trouble. I think a lot of times when you see an FPO player hit a tree, launch off into the woods, you can almost chalk it up to being a bogey. One of the things that maybe makes that happen a lot is the lack of forehand or forehand power. When I'm watching Kristin Tattar play disc golf and she has a bad tee shot or she doesn't really shank them, but you know, messes up a little bit, the thought of her like bogeying simply just doesn't go through my head. As we speak right now, before the 4th round, she's bogey free through the Champions Cup on one of the hardest disc golf courses in the world. Come on. Come on. Kristin Tattar is kind of like the Nate Sexton of FPO, but the Nate Sexton of FPO style golf translates to being the best in the world. Jump. Park job with the Ultra. Kristin's ability to stay composed and stay clean, especially on these high level courses, I think WR Jackson really proves it. But even last week at North Cove, the way she played that course compared to everyone else just shows that plain and simple, she's levels above the field. Ultra Peach. And once again, as I've said before, because I feel like I have to say this, this is not me talking down on the rest of the FPO field. It's simply to acknowledge the fact that we could be living through what could possibly be the best reign of FPO disc golf ever. Not quite enough. I could go in. So Kristin obviously had an amazing season last year, but I think this year we're gonna see something on an even higher level. Today on the Disc Golf Network, they talked about how Paige Pierce's winning score, which potentially could have been Kristin's winning score, was 9 under par at the Champions Cup last year. Now the course is a little bit different. The course is actually harder this year, but Kristin is currently, I think, 23 or 24 under par. Perfect weather, yes. I don't even know what it was like last year. I think that really goes to show that the level of play that we're seeing from her this weekend and this year is actually even better than we think it is. She's currently averaging 10-17 rated golf at the Champions Cup. Her last 6 out of 7 rounds have been over 1,000 rated, which just isn't a thing in FPO disc golf. Disc golf is filled with all those people who are like, oh, ratings don't matter, ratings don't matter. Okay, then why, when Paul Mcbeth and Ricky Wysocki were the best in the world, why were they rated so much fucking higher than everybody else? Because they were so much fucking better than everyone else. Yes, I understand that when you're a 10, 20 plus rated player, they don't really matter. Everyone has the ability to do crazy things on the disc golf course week in and week out, but the rating shows fucking consistency. Paul Mcbeth and Ricky Wysocki were so consistent at being so much better than everyone else for so long that their rating proved that. And I'm gonna say it right now, I think at the end of the year, we're gonna see the highest FPO rating that we've ever seen. And when that happens, the people who talk about ratings not mattering are probably all going to be talking about how Kristin Tattar is the highest rated female disc golfer ever. Bar down. So in my last video where I talked a little bit about the FPO field, I touched on the fact that the FPO players that have good form, and I guess what I would call is traditional looking form, a lot of FPO players have something weird about their form. Maybe it's just that they're much smaller, they have to generate more spin, but I think these players who have those natural fast twitch muscles have that smooth, perfect form, a lot like Kristin Tattar, Haley King, Maria Oliva, Holland Hanley, girls like that they can naturally play disc golf at a higher level. And I think Kristin, over anybody, has that down to a T. The speed and spin she generates from both her forehand and her backhand is cleaner than I think we've ever seen in the FPO field. Also, her putt is just something that looks so natural. And I think when it comes to not having to force anything you do on the disc golf course, that's where she really excels. Everything looks so natural and easy. It's obviously not easy, but she's putting the time and putting the work to have this beautiful, natural form that I think allows what she's doing to be easy. Go in. Oh, I think in the disc golf world right now, we're living through something that truly will probably never be done again. And so the people who don't want to see Kristin win, which can't be that many, but I think if you don't want to see her keep this streak going of just being so dominant, it's like you don't want to see history be made. That's how I felt about like Paul Mcbeth. A lot of people would be like, oh, they want someone else to win. And I'm like, I want Paul to win every single time he steps on the course, because it just builds to that legacy. And we're having the honor to like live through it and actually watch this firsthand and experience greatness. This Vodum was absolute money on the ace run. I'm going to try and do a little hyzer dunker Right over the tree here. Oh. Oh, are you kidding me? Photon, slight flex release. Let me know down below. What do you guys think about the absolute dominance of Kristin Tattar? I'm gonna put it on record right here that she takes down Champions Cup. If she didn't, well, this video probably looks pretty dumb. Like, do you think Prime Paige Pierce is a comparable player to Prime Kristin Tattar? Because in all honesty, I think Kristin at her best beats Paige at her best every time. Absolute glitch throw-in lineup. Oh, what? You know, guys, disc golf is kind of hard today. It always sucks when you go try and make some videos and then you just play like shit. Think if we had 20 competitors on the Kristin Tattar level, how exciting FPO disc golf could be. It's already more exciting than it's ever been. But imagine if that level of play got elevated to where these FPO players are all averaging 990 to 1010 rated golf. It would be exciting to watch, to say the least. Hole 18, 327, hyzer push, one of my favorite holes out here. It's either a mid or a fairway. I'm gonna try and get a little ace run with the strike here. Love that. Jump. No jump. Glitch. I don't know if it's got the distance. And I think when it comes to physical fitness, Kristin Tattar is levels above probably everyone other than maybe Katrina Allen. But when it comes to like strength and athleticism, I think she's at the top of the class. And as much as a lot of people want to say that stuff doesn't matter in disc golf, it really does. This is where that glitch got to. See if we can throw it in. Then I baby it a little too much. Well guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Kristin Tattar, the 2015 Paul Mcbeth with FPO disc golf. Clearly you guys know where I stand. But let me know what you think.